Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Well, Bitcoin decided to go on a little bit of a Saturday night run, didn't it? Just about an hour ago, it hit as high as roughly $69,400. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And I also want to share with you perspective from a few XRP chart analysts, one of which who says XRP, in terms of resistance, the resistance is eliminated. And this is something that I keep seeing again and again and again from chart analyst after chart analyst after chart analyst. XRP is primed to go. I don't normally see this. I'm telling you, I've been around in the space for over 6 years, holding XRP for over 6 years. I don't normally see every XRP analyst under the sun saying, yeah, it's primed. It's about to do its thing. This is a rare time, so pay attention. But before going any further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. At the time I'm recording this, it is 8:25 p.m. Central Time, my time zone, Saturday, March 9th, 2024. XRP at 62 cents, Bitcoin at 69,277. And again, I saw it as high as about $69,400 about an hour ago. So that's what the 24-hour chart looks like. It just, which is interesting because a lot of people weren't really expecting to see any more fireworks with Bitcoin until at the earliest, back till we get to, the Monday through Friday, the daily grind, as it were, work week, basically. But here we are. We saw a bit of fireworks here. Here's a crypto fear and greed index at 79 out of 100, still in extreme greed, which is fascinating because I understand that we've seen some high volume recently on Coinbase. In fact, I think just a couple days ago, when Bitcoin hit its, I think it was when it hit its high above $70,000 for the first time ever. Brief moment in time, obviously, pulled back. But that might have been the greatest volume. I'm trying to pull from memory. I could be mistaken on that. But I think that was the moment where it had the greatest volume in history. But even so, it's not like it was absolutely slaughtered. And I don't see sufficient proof that it's because a bunch of new retailers are coming in. Maybe there's some. But to this point, yes, we're in extreme greed. But I get the sense that this is with the existing crowd. I mean, yeah, you have seen a little bit of an uptick from mainstream media covering crypto-related stuff. Some people are reporting that they're getting more phone calls, but I will just tell you that this does not feel like the peak of mania in 2021. Yes, it's obviously hot. Like, extreme greed, sure, warranted. But again, the way that this tracks it, part of the way that the Crypto Fear and Greed Index decides whether or not we're in extreme greed is it's tracking social media activity. So, yeah, all of us crypto dorks that have been here for years on end, we're all excited about it. So, it's just, it doesn't mean that there's a bunch of new people in here. So it doesn't necessarily mean that there's a top. And again, I don't think that we're not, in terms of final numbers, when we see whatever it is in terms of the highest market cap, whatever it peaks out at Bitcoin, pick your altcoin, I don't think we're anywhere near that. Now, that isn't to say we can't have that happen sooner than later. I'm not saying we couldn't top out within even a few months. It's possible. It's certainly possible that could happen. I'm just saying in terms of the finality of numbers, whenever we get there, if you look back and compare it to today, I'm guessing it's not even close. There's a lot of room for a lot of things to run. XRP hasn't even started, for example. We haven't even seen ETH hit a new all-time high. More on that in a second, though. And that is important, even if you don't care about ETH. I mean, I hold it. I don't care about it that much, a little bit. I've been holding. It was the first crypto I bought. Holding it since 2017. It does matter, though, actually. But first, I want to highlight this. This is a post from this morning from chart analyst Ali Martinez. And I like the timing of this because he wrote, around $61 million will be liquidated across the board if Bitcoin jumps to $69,120. That was this morning, folks. Well, that happened about an hour ago. So I'm assuming the liquidations happened. It's just, quit playing with fire, you children. Jeez. In fact, take a look at this from chart analyst Matthew Hyland. He wrote, and this is just a Bitcoin price chart. He said, tonight, Bitcoin completed its highest daily candle close in its entire history. Yet no euphoria or hype. Let's keep it like that. And so I wouldn't say, I'd slightly disagree with that. I wouldn't say there's no euphoria or hype. I mean, I don't know. When I think of euphoria, I tend to think of like the final blow off stage. You know what I mean? Maybe some people are starting to feel like that, but it just seems like there's a lot of excitement, and certainly there's no shortage of greed. I would agree with that. I haven't seen intense hype because look, here's the deal. When you have intense hype, what happens is a ton of retail jumps in, and I'm not seeing sufficient proof of that. Maybe there's some people, maybe some people listening right now are brand new to crypto, in which case, welcome and good luck and such. Stay here. I'll do my best to shoot straight with you folks, but I'm not seeing the crazy numbers flow in yet. If you guys have any data on that to the contrary, I would like to see it. Here's a post from chart analyst Credible Crypto. He shared this in the early AM hours today. It's just a ETH USD chart. With Bitcoin having now tagged its prior all-time high, everyone knows that ETH is inevitably next. If you're on the sidelines at the moment, you're hoping for a wick to $3,600 to $3,700, but so is everybody else. And I'll just pause to note the time I'm recording this. ETH is at $3,942, and within the last couple days or so, it did briefly poke above $4,000, with the all-time high being here. I'll just pull it up. I think it's about 4,800 or so, $4,861 according to Live Coin Watch. So still shy of that. And so Credible Crypto says, yeah, maybe there's a wick. Everybody's gonna be looking for it though. And so he says, would not surprise me to see ETH simply keep pumping another 25% plus to the upside before any significant pullback. And so look, the reason this is significant is because typically what you see is Bitcoin goes first, and fine, I get it. We've got this weird segment of the meme coins popping up. I'm well aware of that. And there's been some excitement, some random coins popping off with AI. I understand it, the AI thing and the meme coins, got it. But typically what you see is Bitcoin goes, ETH goes, and then money really starts getting cycled, large cap, mid cap, small cap, so on and so forth. And so there can be outlier instances, because like I keep saying, history doesn't literally repeat. It just kind of rhymes with itself. So the fact that we're seeing certain coins pop off right now and things seem to be happening a little bit sooner, if you look at where Bitcoin's is at in the cycle right now, I understand that. It's not going to perfectly line up, but we can have a rough idea of where we are, and the best still is yet to come. I think that seems pretty obvious at this point, right? The best is yet to come. But I wouldn't be surprised to see ETH blast off first, hit an all-time high first before XRP would hit an all-time high. But we have that all to look forward to. So yes, ETH is moving, but you're going to see XRP moving too. It's going to happen, son. Here's a post from chart analyst Gert Van Lagen. He said, by printing an all-time high, Bitcoin price doubled within 10, 18, or 84 days. A move to $200,000 before the halving gets increasingly more feasible. Yeah, so, and that is true. And I actually mentioned that because there's a Daily Hodl article that mentioned that. And I shared that data once, I think, at least once. But I wanted to highlight it again because it's fascinating. I mean, historically, you're talking about once Bitcoin hits an all-time high, the price literally doubling anywhere from 10 to 84 days. That's what's happened the last 3 times a new all-time high was hit. So if that's the case, we're not going to have to wait long for that. Like, as you can imagine. So again, they'll put Bitcoin at what? $140,000? And we'll see. And it doesn't mean that it's going to happen, but I'll tell you, I'll start scaling out of my Bitcoin position finally. Certainly before that. Maybe it would be a little before $100,000, because that's a psychological level, obviously. So there's going to be some pullbacks there, I would imagine. So maybe a little bit before that, and then I'll save the most of it for selling above $100,000. But I've been holding it since 2017. I first bought it at about $6,500. So that will be I will be sufficiently enticed, let's say, at a little over $100,000. And then if it does run to $200,000 or $250,000, I'll say good for everybody else that is selling it there. I will not be feeling bad because for selling it around $100,000 plus or minus that a little bit, because I can't know where the top is. I can't time it, and it makes no logical sense for a person to beat themselves up for selling, getting ridiculous returns, and then seeing it went higher, and then just be like, oh, but I messed up. No, you didn't mess up. You can't know how high it's going to go. You just have to sell when it's sufficient for you. That's it, period. And that's how I'm treating all of my crypto. I will not be beating myself up, because people get, what do they call it? The paralysis of the analysis. Just freaking out and like, but I should, it's running, but what if I sell now? Am I an idiot? People go through that. And I know that like so many people are going to be going through that when things start blasting off, including XRP. But it doesn't make logical sense. You just gotta, if you're happy with whatever those returns would be when you sell it, you just gotta sell it and then let it go. Because otherwise you ride it all the way up and then you're gonna miss on an opportunity to sell, and then you'll look back and say, wow, I would have actually been really happy with those prices. That's what happens to most people. And we're about there again, if I may remind you. So some analysis having to do with XRP specifically. Here's a post from Dark Defender. He said, "Hi all. Here is your weekly time frame update. The resistance is eliminated in the weekly frame 2. No obstructions above 66.49 cents." And so he thinks that we're going to be blasting up there, and he notes that the targets for him are, I'll just use round numbers here, $1.88, $5.85 per XRP, and then supports would be 60 cents and 52 cents. So to get the party started, running up to almost $2. Look, nobody knows for sure, and I'm not pretending to know either. You know, I have my conviction, but I could be wrong, and I admit XRP could go to zero, but I don't believe that makes sense. I mean, unless we just have a complete collapse of the entire crypto space, and then I'd be like, well, yeah, everything collapsed. Outside of that, if everything's going to run, everything but XRP, no, get the hell out of here with that nonsense. That doesn't make any logical sense. And so to highlight this further, that every analyst I come across believes this, unless they're a toxic Bitcoin maxi troll. Because anytime I see an analyst and say I haven't heard of them before, or even if I have, and then they're like, XRP is not going to do well, blah, blah, blah. It's just, you look at what their actual stances are about XRP, and you find out that they're either Bitcoin maxi or they're just ideologically opposed to XRP just for whatever reasons they have. Because there are people that have warped minds in the crypto space. They drank the Kool-Aid back, over half a decade ago. Ripple bad, Banker's Coin, all that crap. XRP bad, all of it. But if you find an analyst who did not sip on that Kool-Aid, then they don't think that. I can't find a single analyst. I'm not saying they don't exist. I can't find them. And so here's an example. This is an analyst I've never heard of before. Not that that means anything, but it's an analyst named Kush. I just came across it again. And the reason I'm highlighting this on my channel, and again, I can't speak to, the accuracy of this individual analyst because, again, first time I came across him, but I'm bringing it up to make a point. I can't find anything different than this. I can't find anything different than this. Here you go. Here, just wrote hashtag XRP, and he's pointing to where we are at right now. And he has other posts there too. Like he thinks it's going to blast off here. Look at where he has the arrow. See what happened back in 2017. I keep seeing this. This is not I don't normally see this in the crypto space. No, I do not normally see this, but I can't find an analyst. So if you can, show me the unicorn. I'm not saying that the unicorn doesn't exist. They're probably, it's a big planet. There's got to be somebody, but I'm not coming across that individual. So here you can see pointing at 2017. What happens with the breakout point? He's saying that's where we're at right here. And I keep finding basically that same analysis all over the damn place. And this is on an XRP USD chart, but even if you look at an XRP BTC chart, same thing. Here's a post from an analyst that I just became aware of, so I'm just curious, so I am now following and tracking. It's Cryptolica, and was highlighted by Tech Dev, somebody who I've been following Tech Dev for over half a decade, who I think is a very sharp individual, and highlighted Cryptolica's work as it pertains to a bunch of charts, including XRP. And so I'm tracking it now, and I'm going to see, because, again, I'm very curious to see who pretty much gets it right once everything's said and done, and who was way off. That's what I'm curious about. Now, when it comes to XRP, everybody agrees, so it's like, I mean, if XRP doesn't go, then everyone was wrong. If it does go, then everyone was right. pretty much. But here you can see this is XRP priced in total market cap, and it looks pretty much the same as XRP BTC chart, honestly. It looks awful, right? But that's a good thing, right? This is what you should expect. And so he wrote XRP total market cap. So that's XRP price and total market cap. When you look at the chart, you convert all your coins into Ripple with 3 laughy emojis, hashtag XRP. And so you'll note that he put Ripple in bold. So with 3 laughy emojis. So I think he knows he's just having a little fun. Like, obviously it's XRP and he did write hashtag XRP. So presumably he's aware of the difference between Ripple, the company, and XRP, the cryptocurrency here. But he again, when you look at the chart, you convert all your coins into Ripple. Well, again, looks the same as XRP BTC pretty much. And you can see the historic precedent for all this: 2017, 2021, 2024. What, this time is different? Is it? Famous last words, folks. This time is different. Famous last words. No, XRP is going to melt faces. And I'm not convinced it's going to do it in one go, but I don't think we're going to have to wait long to be seeing XRP above $1. I would not be surprised. My conviction is what it is, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and then we'll have to reevaluate stuff once the bull market winds down, but I just don't think that makes any damn sense. Here's a post from popular chart analyst Bob Lucas, 265,000 followers on X, and he wrote, most people rotate assets at the very worst time. Their reasoning is mostly emotionally based. And I thought I'd highlight that because obviously that's correct, but where are we at with XRP? Look at this XRP price and crypto total market cap. This is I have seen posts about people just giving up, capitulate. I've highlighted it on the channel. Too bad, so sad for those people, but it's a good sign for us because that's just part and parcel of the whole process. That's what you see. So again, yes, people, they rotate assets at the very worst time, right before they're about to take off, because the pain is too great. It's purely emotionally based. It's not about logic. It's not about the fundamentals of any coin changing. It's not about that. It's they're impatient. Other stuff is taking off, but this one isn't, and they don't like the timing of it. It's hits them in the feels, and so they just sell. It's capitulation. It is what it is. So you guys do whatever you want. I patiently hold. I have no fear about any of this. I am purely excited. Because that's what makes logical sense as far as I'm concerned. This is fun as hell. I am having a blasty blast here, my friends. Some people crying on the sidelines. Not Moonlambo, I'll tell you that. Oh, what a good time. So anyway, if you can find an analyst who is not a Bitcoin maxi troll and doesn't have a record of hating XRP, and that analyst doesn't think that XRP is going to blast off, and it's just a meaningful way, show me that analyst. I can't find them. Somebody's got to. There has to be some, right? Again, it's a big ass planet. Bring them to me. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo.